Okay, so let me show you the other article here, which is going to piss you guys off. This is Vox, right? This is Vox. So Vox says, here you go. Why the Depp Heard trial is so much worse than you realize. Amber Heard is just the first target of the new extremist playbook. Look at that. You guys are extremists. You guys are extremists. You guys know you're extremists? So, around the third and fourth time I logged into Twitter to find Amber Heard as a psychopath at the top of the trending list. Well, that's because she is, but okay. I realized that there's no longer any pretending that Depp Heard defamation trial was not a terrible, foreboding reflection on our culture's worst impulses. The media, see, look at this. Okay, let me read this. I can't even get past it because I already know what they're going to say. Their lines are so predictable. I know what they're going to say. The media has covered the degree to which this trial has served as a referendum on the Me Too movement and a siren call to domestic abusers. I love how the media. What do they consider the media? They consider mainstream media the media, but let's continue. The narrative of the trial has been shaped in part by what appears to be, according to multiple resources, look at this, an army of bots spreading rhetoric favorable to Depp. So guys, you're all bots. Hashtag bot city, right? We are Johnny bots. Hashtag Depp bots. One researcher found more bots favorable to Heard, but said most of the bots were from third-party apps trying to capitalize on the trial, while they found the highest pro-Johnny bot post was shared nearly 2,000 times. The work of these bots has been further amplified by men's rights activists, the part of the far right-leaning extremist manosphere. I love how they just literally put this on top of everything. They literally compound these words. Far right-leaning extremist manosphere. So I have a lot of. Let me front of it. That seems to have been decided. That seems to have decided discrediting Amber Heard is the key to destroying every woman who accuses men of abuse and domestic violence. So, guys, I know people who are in the actual supposed manosphere, right? A lot of them are very good people, and they have very fair points, and they just really want men and women to work together. But that being aside, they try to paint everything as the most extreme possible. If you're new to this, if you haven't seen this, maybe the Johnny Depp trial is the first time where you've seen this happen. And so I'm just letting you guys know, this is something that in a lot of topics, they'll try to paint you as an extremist. So for example, a Russian bot, a Russian troll, a paid shill, somebody who's far right, who's a Yahtzee, right? Who's the worst thing possible, a white nationalist. This is what they'll paint you as. So, by the way, my audience really lately, especially for these videos, is majority female. Majority of you ladies out there are ladies. And how do you feel about being called men's rights activists and misogynists? How do you feel about that? And let me know. I'm actually going to go to the chat here. How do you guys feel about that? Ladies out there, I want to hear in the chat how you feel about that, because it's really crazy. It's really crazy, because to me, the majority of people I get messages on this topic are women. Actually, women, I think, are more incensed by this than men, frankly. I mean, just in terms of the volume. I mean, looking at all of our chats, looking at this on Legal Bites and her followers, and even Rakeda, Emily D. Baker, everyone's coming at. I think women are getting mad about this more than men even. But yet everybody is a far right Yahtzee. And in fact, so many of you have even said, like, hey, I'm a lefty guy. Like, I'm on the left. Like, I'm left. And I see on Twitter so many people following me and joining me and retweeting. And these are people clearly on the left. And that's fine. That's okay. I am in support of the truth. And we may not agree on everything. We may fundamentally disagree on a lot of things. But as long as you care about the truth, you have a place in this channel. And you have a place here. Right? Now, I'm gonna be totally uncapped and tell it the way it is. And I'm going to piss you off. I guarantee if you're new to the channel and you haven't seen me, I'm going to piss you off. But just understand, the ultimate goal here is to come up with the truth. We can disagree, but having respectful disagreements is all about how lawyers should work. I am now a bot. Awesome. I want to be a Gundam or a Transformer. I'm not a man, yo. Yep. Let's see. Bot. Sex bots for Johnny. Yeah, crazy. Even Beauty Bear. What the fuck is a manosphere? Exactly. The whole point is that most people don't even know what the hell that is, right? And just to explain, there's a small group of men's improvement, right? People give men and dating advice, general advice that's generally labeled as the manosphere. It's labeled as far right. It's a whole separate stream, right? But essentially, anytime you give advice to men, they try to demonize that. That's well known. The mainstream media has done this. Vox and the Vogue are no strangers to being against any advice for men, any advice targeted men. It's really horrible.